And what I want to do is deviate from protocol. I want to recognize that we have members present, yours truly, Mr. Silver and Mr. Smith. Before we go into the agenda items, I want to recognize two young ladies, Ms. Judy Morris and Ms. Dottie Belito. I did that correctly.
Yes, sir.
And they are from our illustrious Lieutenant Governor's office, Mitch Landry. And at this time, we'd like to afford them the opportunity to come up and present whatever you'd like to present. Name me a check. And I know you have been doing a lot of movie roles and things and trying to cast people like Sandra Bullock and Halle Berry with right men to work with them.
I was thinking that you would be a stand-in for Denzel Washington. I know. Tough job, tough job.
Well,
Thank you so much for... Thank you so much for having me this afternoon. On behalf of Lieutenant Governor Mitch Landrieu, it is a pleasure to be in the beautiful city of Alexandria today. We are here to talk about a very, very exciting initiative that is the cornerstone of the Lieutenant Governor's agenda. It's called Changing Louisiana, and it promotes volunteerism and a brand new area called social entrepreneurship. And I'm so happy to say that we will be coming to Alexandria with our Changing Louisiana seminar on September the 20th. And you're going to be hearing a lot more about this in the coming weeks, but we are going to promote volunteerism and social entrepreneurship as the two new ways to address social problems here in Louisiana. Of course, we all know how devastated our state was after Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. And we believe that service is going to be the way that we begin to address all of the problems that we found ourselves with since these two storms and even before these two storms. And so we're very excited to be working with the City of Alexandria and hope to work with all of you in partnership. The Lieutenant Governor couldn't be here today, but we have had wonderful meetings here, and again, look forward to seeing you here September 20th. Please look for information on Changing Louisiana through volunteerism and social entrepreneurship, and we just are very excited about this partnership.
I appreciate you. Very nice.
Thank you.
When you said the word, because we've had this conversation with him several times, we are very, very interested in getting in the movie business, and anything that we need to do, let's move in that direction. I talked to Bill Hess, as a matter of fact, our economic development person last week, and he's already making some great strides in areas. So tell him we're on the go, and as they're doing things in Natchitoches, pass through Alexandria and drop one of the movies off here.
Thank you. I do want to say that the Lieutenant Governor last week was in Los Angeles, meeting with a number of film executives there, talking about our tax incentive program and all of the great opportunities for the film industry in Louisiana. So it is a huge part of the Lieutenant Governor's initiative, what we call the Cultural Economy Initiative, which promotes art and culture throughout the state to the rest of the country and to the rest of the world. So I will definitely take your remarks and make sure that he knows about them, and you'll see him here in Alexandria on the 20th of September.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to you, Mayor. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Kay, thank you so much, and we look forward to working with you.
Kay was hospitable, I'm sure.
Very.
All right, thank you. Okay, we'll go directly into the agenda. Mr. Bill Hess has been busy today. He asked that we delay his discussion on economic development issues. I think that was a typo. To hear from, item number 2 is to hear from the Alexandria Dixie softball is at 5 World Series tournament, which is a big deal. We have our illustrious attorney in our audience. Rad, you want to come and tell us what's going on?
Yes.
The guru of personnel litigation.
I'm here on behalf of the Alexandria Dixie Girls Softball Program, Inc. As y'all are aware, last year at this time we hosted 3 World Series. We started working at that World Series to bring in 5 World Series for next year. In August of '08, Alexandria and Pineville will be hosting, if we win the bid, 5 age groups from 11 states with 60 teams coming to Alexandria. The festivities start on a Friday night and they finish on Thursday. We had a very successful program 2 summers ago, and we're hoping to build on that. In conjunction with the Pineville Dixie Girls, we're putting in a bid for the 5 teams. There'll be 2 teams playing in Pineville. There'll be 3 teams playing in Alexandria. I believe the breakdown of hotels will lead to 1 team being hosted in Pineville and 4 teams, 1 age group being hosted in Pineville and 4 age groups being hosted in Alexandria at the hotels. We're going to be asking the city as well as Gata. Pineville is going to be putting in a bid for assistance as well. We're seeking $75,000 from the city for hosting. What that entails is paying for hotels. Last year we paid approximately $50,000 for hotels. As part of the hosting process, we're required to host the teams, the team officials, and the national officials that come in to run the tournament. With that, we hope to bring in thousands of people. I think the estimate is about 3,000 to 4,000 people for about a week. We're looking at 1,600 hotel rooms for a week. We're looking at $2.8 million. I think it's low end, but that's what the projection is at $140 a day. So we'll have teams here from Friday to Thursday. Many teams come in on the Thursday before, and I think it's Virginia brings all of their teams in on Wednesday. So we expect to have a very large economic impact. We've been working with Mr. Rachel and prior to him, Mr. White since last year, and certainly Lisa. We've been providing information to Lisa, and Mr. Moeller and Gate has also been contacted by Dee Edwards. Mr. Edwards is our president. He's presently right now in the World Series in Florida trying to smooth the waves and ensure our bid goes through. The final bid approval is supposed to be in September. And by then we would need some kind of written promise from the city and the other people that we're seeking economic funds from. We don't need the money now. We don't need the money until we have to pay the hotels. And that's just kind of an overview. Lisa and Shanna have also worked with us. If y'all have any questions, I'd be more than happy to provide any answers that I can.
Before we get into that, this is something that Jody White has told me about for quite some time. And this is good, clean money, bringing visitors in that's going to spend more than the average person going to spend. And these players come with mothers and fathers in so many instances.
Academy and all the sports areas got hit hard.
And so, without a doubt, we need to invest in this piece. And I would like to see our economic development people come back with a model as to exactly what type of dollars we're looking at. And I think it'd be foolish for us not to look at investing some tax dollars that's going to utilize our asset out there in the Johnny Downs Park. Now, the $75,000 that you're suggesting,
yes, sir,
is that the city's portion that's not including Gata?
Yes, it's substantial. Last year, no, Gata has been approached separately. Mr. Edwards, I believe, has had meetings or at least spoken. Gata contributed last year. I'm not on the finance committee. The number that I believe we got from Gata was approximately 10,000. I'm not sure.
6.
It was 6. For example, one of the big items is the opening banquet. It cost us $20,000 last year. We spent $3,000 on fireworks.
When you said it's $75,000, I saw the mayor swallow twice, and making sure.
Last year, was it $40,000 the city contributed? 45? Yeah, Dana's here. She's our treasurer.
Now we're anticipating more people participating in this.
Almost twice the number.
Now this is 5 World Series.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you something. Do you have enough ball field?
Do we have enough ball fields? We could always use
complex,
more.
or not with the complex. No, I'm just saying.
Well, last year we used Johnny Downs, and we also used almost every other diamond in the city for practice fields. I was one of the tournament directors, and we would have to schedule all these different teams from all these different states. At practice, we used Ash, we used Masonic Drive. Dana, where else did we use?
Did we use Menard?
About it.
I'm not sure. No, we borrowed some others too, not just cities.
Oh, okay.
And because we had to schedule all these teams doing their practice sessions. So we could always use more. We'll also be using Pineville. The gentlemen from Pineville are here as well. Mr. Rachel on the end. And they've got plenty of fields over there as well. But y'all are going to have 2 age groups. We're going to have 3.
Yes, I was going to host 2. We're billing it as a Twin City
Right.
World Series, It's not L, it's not mine, it's being billed by GD, previously by Joey and by Shanna as a Twin City World Series. It'll be the first time in the history of Dixie that all 5 are held in one central location in the history of the organization.
Mr. Silver.
Yes, sir.
What is the probability that you will get it? What is the possibility that you won't get it?
I can't say it's a done deal because the final vote does not occur until September, but it's as close to a done deal as you can get. Mr. Edwards is down there right now. He had meetings with them last night. There's a central board of Dixie Inc. that's nationwide, and he was with them last night. Absent some very, very unexpected development, it's ours, but it's not guaranteed. The official vote occurs in September, and that we'll be sending a delegation with Pineville.
We are the only ones that bid on it. Nobody else has bid on it. Elliott and Pineville are the only people that bid on this tournament for this
I think you'll get it.
2008.
Right.
So, I mean, it's pretty much, you say it's gonna be.
Right.
And we don't.
You'll do a resolution endorsing,
And this is just an overview. We put in our paperwork for the full 75,000. This was an opportunity to come in a year ahead, so no one's surprised.
Well, in the event the Gators should increase it by an extra 5 or so, we can reduce ours, is that right?
We could just buy more fireworks.
Well,
We're also seeking, we're seeking money from the police jury. We'll get an in-kind from the sheriff.
Have you had that commitment?
seeking money, unless something changed when I got off that body, I don't know if they have a lot of loose change over
They
there.
have a case of the shorts.
They will be here next month to inspect the facility.
Right, yeah. And just to let y'all know, last year when we were setting up the tournament, the day before, 3 or 4 strange individuals walked up. Well, they were coaches from Florida and South Carolina. They wanted to come look at the field because they'd heard how nice it was. And when they walked up, they first thought we were playing on artificial turf. That's how well it was prepared.
Good job.
The golf course crew are the ones that keeps the fields over there. And they were,
Did you say, Brad, what you think it would draw, what we know from?
2.8 million is the estimate
Y'all
that,
already worked out the numbers?
yeah.
I'll have to check.
I think it's low. But if you go to Academy and you go to security, they are packed in there during that tournament buying stuff they have to have.
Almost, we're talking about 6 night event.
Right.
5 nights at least.
But from what Shanna said is you can't count the unofficial nights, but some teams get here, the whole state gets here Wednesday.
You couldn't get in Outbacks. I know I passed by there about 5 or 6 times, and between Outbacks and others, it's going to be jammed.
Conservatively.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I want to see a model, and I believe in numbers, but I think it's good when we're looking at this to have, since we're an
Right.
economic development person.
And gentlemen, this type of tournament, to get your economic impact, it has to be days of play. Tournament days are the only days that are accumulated when you look at economic impact. As many of our folks in this room have said, there are teams that will be here for 7 days and 8 days, and then there's an entire state, I believe they said it was Virginia, that will be here for 10 days. But not all of those days are play days. We cannot look at the gate at each of these complexes and decide exactly how many people from that gate are in our city from out of town. So the days that economic impact, that's definite days of play, and that is 6 days that and it's a very conservative figure.
I'm going to do as my father does 20 minutes into his sermon as we close. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to come back with a resolution. Shannon, thank you for everything that you do. We have another item, which is to hear from an update naming the customer service building and the city court building. I asked Mr. Tom David to just come and talk to us. I think you talked with Ms. McGill. Or you were trying to contact?
We've tried to make contact,
Okay.
but I think we're going to be of sound mind. In the spirit of volunteerism, and I'll say that, Mr. Lawson asked me, because of my relationship and friendship with the Gravel family, and also with a friendship, a many-year friendship, working relationship with the Randolph family, if I could assist in working up and with development of a signage package on the renaming of 2 buildings in town. And I don't know if this has been approved by City Council. It's more discussion. If it hasn't been officially done, there was some discussions of renaming of the City Court building and some discussions of naming of the Customer Service building. I offered that if any of that came to an official vote, I would volunteer the services of my firm, me personally, to help develop some signage for the Customer Service building and also to word the commemorative plaques and do the historical research that was needed for the plaques. On the City Court building, Mr. Brocado was a lifelong friend of Mr. Gravel and also an acquaintance of Mr. Berry, and I'm going to, because I know their firm worked on the City Court building, I'm going to enlist them to volunteer to also help on that project to develop a signage plan and help me word up a commemorative plaque in the event y'all decide to move forward with that. So with that offer, I've already made contacts with Southern Law School, made contacts with the Gravel family, made contacts with various historical bodies that have the information I need to do the narratives. And we just stand ready. If y'all need it, y'all want to move forward, y'all tell me and we'll get the proposals together and assist you in getting prices for the sign package and the plaques.
Thank you, Tommy. And Tommy volunteered to do that, and it speaks volumes about his character. The Customer Service building, I don't know whether people caught that. I thought that we'd already passed a motion to name it after Ned Randolph. And we can't say Ned Randolph, but it'll be the Randolph building.
And I've already started on that. Dealing with Ned is difficult on any of these issues. So I've gone around him, and I'm dealing with Deborah, so we're going to get some information. And I thought it would be appropriate to discuss the impact of the Randolph family in our community. Their family's been here since the late 1800s and have played a role, both Mr. Randolph and Ned's father, Miss Randolph, and Ned and his family in this community. And how we spark on that, that's how we take off on it, however you want.
I think Trey's going to bring something with him.
As far as the old Regions Bank building, the Randolph family is historically found in central Louisiana. Fort Bulow and its companion, Fort Randolph, were built many years ago, before the Civil War. The Randolph family has an extensive history in central Louisiana, and I think in part we want to recognize the extended family also.
That's how I plan to approach it.
Right, right. One thing that the staff needed some direction on, as far as the court building, is the exact name that we need to, has that?
The court building?
Yes, sir.
It's Lewis, Berry, and we'll get whether it's Junior or something.
Well, I know, but is
Camille
and
Gravel.
Barry and Camille Gravel, are we going to call it the Judicial Center, the courthouse? That's what Ms. Thiels and I were talking about earlier. We're not sure the full name of the title.
May I suggest that perhaps Tommy David draw up something and bring it back for our perusal, and then charge you with the responsibility of preparing that along with Mr. Brocado?
Yes, sir.
Then we'll know what it looks like.
Yes, sir, because rather than complete the resolution at this time, we would need to know those important elements.
Charge them with the responsibility, if that's okay.
That's right. That's okay. We asked Nancy and them, I think it would be fitting to have some type of ceremony or program unveiling as well.
I wanted to pitch some ideas. Every time I mention it to somebody, it takes a life, and just at lunchtime, it took another life between the Randolphs, the Berrys, and the Gravels. It took off that there were some very prominent political and civil rights leaders both involved, and they said in the legal world, some very prominent names were popped up that they wanted to come to the unveiling. And they said, we'd really like to have some speakers, and so it is moving, and this is outside of that, but just on the offer, it's almost taken a life on its own.
Okay, well, let's get the plaques, and do we need to appropriate anything, or maybe come back with some?
I'm gonna work on that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You must. Wait a minute, does he chair? Can we have a special meeting? I know you're special, but we need a special meeting.
We're gonna do all his in executive
That's
session.
exactly right. Okay. Mr. Smith?
You got something else you want to discuss?
Yeah, we had, I was waiting on the estimate for the fence. You want to talk about that?
18.
I'd like to entertain a motion. We did this through fast track to appropriate amount not to exceed 18,000 for the fence in the community track that's at Peabody. Move. Second. Discussion. Send it to council. Item number 4, any other business needs to come before the Economic Development Committee?
You didn't understand what you talking about on the fence? Yeah, well, when we had the intergovernmental agreement down there with Peabody, you know, with using that field, with using that swimming pool and all, and the fence across the street was, we had it green, and, you know, just like we say, we got this tournament and all this stuff for Cheatham Park. And when Jody was there, and when we did the parking side like that, we wanted to, we took the fence down. We took the fence down, so we want to replace that part, that fence that's going around, you know, around that part.
And Mr. Lawson, Mr. Smith, the mayor is talking with representatives at the school and the school board about those different projects. And we met with James Branch, the planning director, today, and Mr. Rachel was, and I talked about some of the other ideas down there. We have talked to Mr.
You know,
Jones.
football
This is
season.
a sense of urgency because there's no need to charge if we don't get
No,
this.
football season, everybody just walk through.
Yeah.
You know, that's what.
But the mayor, I know, is talking.
That's fine.
And we think that the intergovernmental agreement that was done, the general intergovernmental agreement is broad enough. The mayor and Mr. Jones will need to get together. I'm sure they're talking about this.
I think they've had some
Ms. Michelle-
conversation.
Ms. Michelle, yes, Ms. Michelle has done some preliminary discussions with Mr. Rock and others on that.
And a lot of people are walking on that track field too.
Yeah,
A lot of
and
people are, non-citizens, are going in there, using that track field.
well, and the mayor asked me about the deliverables, and that's one of the things, I don't know if Ms. Harris is here, she can address this more. Her department has plans to utilize the facility when it's finalized for some programming for fitness matters. Do you want to say something about it, or?
That's where I walk.
I know, well, we are working.
Good. Thank you.
As we close, I just want to say this weekend, people are always asking about something to do. If you had an opportunity to come downtown, you would have seen several thousand people down here. I think they had the fighting match. They had something at one of the corner office. They had the black rodeo. They had something in the convention hall. Downtown was really popping, as they would say. And I think we're heading in the right direction because all the events were well attended, from what I understand. So I just want to plug the fact that we have a lot going on, but as much as we have going on, and I want the mayor here, I want to make sure we still find something for those ages. And I guess I'm getting to the recreation person, because I thought about the episode of, what's the street? Off Bolton Avenue. And we really need to find something for these teenagers to do and kind of keep them in an organized environment. So I'd like to see something next week as to our game plan, as to fill in position of where we're on doing things for recreational purposes for our youth.
Yeah, excuse me. Do we need to do a resolution introduced on security for this building? I mean, we talked about it.
We talked about it, but, we'll talk about it after, yes.
I mean, we don't need to bring them nothing tonight, since.
We're not prepared to introduce anything
Okay.
tonight.
All right.
And Myron, just real quick, I know we're running into time for the regular meeting, but the program that Judy Morris from Mitchell Andrews' office was talking about is so timely because it deals with volunteerism. Okay. And we're going to be calling on a lot of citizens and church-based groups to help us with this problem with the youth. And so we want to encourage everybody to get behind that program and support it.
Thank you. I want to also commend, Lisa does a lot with Mr. Franklin over there, but of course that's not necessarily all in her purview. But we'd like to see a little bit more on the investment of our into our young people. Nothing else? That concludes the Economic Development Committee. Adjourned.